How the United States government or any government is perceived internationally can be very important. See also Russia's perception, or our perception of them, and everybody else's perception of Russia changing over the years after the fall of the Soviet Union. Before then, we had a cookie cutter attitude towards them. It was stable, and we could cope with it. It's not real, but we coped with it. Now we're looking at how the United States here is perceived by every country I could find information about. And it's not up to date, obviously. This is many years after. But up to the year 2018, we could get a nice snapshot of Barack Obama's period of time in office for 2 terms, and the previous terms before involving Bush, etc. And of course, the first part of Donald Trump being in charge. Now, you might notice some trends or patterns here. I am not trying to organize this to show a pattern or trend. I'm just trying to fit in every single one of them that had more than one term being recorded by a polling system. This was done at a polling source, specifically Pew Research /global /interactive /US-image. Now, this page has since been removed because they never updated it after 2018. But they did do the research. The data is still there, and the archive.org version still does this. That's why I used it, and that's why I will include a link to it. Now, I only included the ones that showed at least 2 of the presidential, well, the 2 of the presidents, because we had one president there with 2 terms. This represents the Trump era. This is the middle of the Barack Obama re-election here. And this is the previous terms occupied by the previous president. And I tried to make this match as much as possible. They tried to make it too dynamic, so I had to stretch and clean it up a bit. I should point out that our perception at the end of the day, as they say, in 2018 showed Israel having a positive opinion the entire time, showing Kenya having a positive opinion, but with a major drop after we transitioned to Trump, Japan doing a similar thing, and Brazil and, Australia was improving. Brazil was also improving a bit partway into Trump being elected, so they're being optimistic. Italy just it went to the shitter as far as their opinion, and then Indonesia as well, and Canada, and France, and Greece had a minor uptick, and then it dropped again. Argentina was always dropping, even during Obama. And then finally, Germany just took a nosedive. Their opinion wasn't great, but it was above 50% for a majority of them, except Argentina and Greece. Now, why does this matter? The United States is a superpower, and having countries hate us should only be countries we want hate from, not countries we need to cooperate with or might help our opponents. It's that simple. If there's an international vote or an agreement, agreements don't happen by force. They happen by consensus. It's kind of handy if everybody doesn't hate us. Let's continue. Oh dear. So anyway, mid-Obama, we get some interesting things here. Now, I'm not organizing them by percentage or opinion. I'm organizing them so I could fit them on the graph, to be blunt. But we see a lot of countries improving with Obama coming in place. Let's say, like Poland at the far left there. No pun intended. Or South Korea. We also saw a drop with a couple of countries like Mexico, when Obama gained office on the far left. But mostly we see improvements in perception of the United States and confidence in the United States and stability perception, which is important. Now, I had to exclude again anything that started way too far forward so we don't at least get some graphing points. Some of the graph points I've left out are a couple of countries that started like in the last year of Obama's presidency. So that's not really fair to compare at all. I'm even hesitant to include Nigeria and Tanzania, which I've emphasized here, that started midway through Obama. I don't really think that they're very useful. Let's look at Russia. Russia is one of two superpowers besides China, and China's not listed here because you can't get an opinion poll out of China. They won't let you. They interfere with it. They interfere with you doing your laundry, okay? But anyway, they were optimistic mildly at the beginning of Obama's term for Russia. And then it kind of fell back a little bit, and then it dropped like a rock, like 2013. And then it started going up, and then it was still going up for Trump, and then it dropped. But then again, this is Russia, and maybe the fix is in. And remember, this is old data from 2018 backwards. This is the best I could find for a large number of data points. Let's look at any countries that fell below 50%. Well, Russia was below 50%, but improving during Obama. And another country that was going all over the place was Spain. It was below 50% approval rating, but went up during Obama. None of them in this group, anyway, went down during Obama below 50%. And I perceive that as good, except for Russia. It dropped below after he was elected for the second term, and just started improving from, not as much hate. Okay, that's a way of interpreting it. Okay, now again, let's look at the other one. So you can decide that you're looking at graphs that are inaccurate or invalid or whatever. Seriously, Argentina does not really perceive us as being useful, nor does Greece. But anyway, but you do see not an abrupt square wave thing. We do have enough data points on many of these, not all of them. Like Australia, we have some data points, but not very many during the first term with Obama. But we can see perceptions here, or approval, or tolerance of our country going up and down. And there's a definitive change. And you can decide that you want to have a president that pisses off every other country. Maybe that's necessary. Maybe that's the best possible outcome. But you have to decide, is it really? That's why I'm bringing this up. We as a country are a superpower, but, and very importantly, we're not the only one. And I can guarantee you that India, Pakistan, and many other countries are going to be economic superpowers, and China is definitely going to be one. And does anybody remember when we had a deciding vote for the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and then Donald Trump exited that because that was his way of defying everybody, and all that meant was we don't have veto power anymore? Yeah, that happened. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. You can come up with your own graphs and that sort of thing. Provide maybe a munged link so that YouTube won't flag it, or a description of the page I should look up for more current information. This is old information, but it's showing some consistency here, even if it's consistency with people who just hated us more or less but never really liked us. Good day.